I just want the opportunity to do what I want to do. That's my main thing. That's always been my main thing. Like, how can I make sure that I don't have to go ask for a job?
From CNR JUTA De BEER, imi nomsindisi wesiko, umvelisi mnqango umelisi wesizwe, formerly known as Lwazi Madonsela, bringing you a show about creative entrepreneurs live from the landmark that not only birth SA street culture but also formalizes street hustle. On today's episode, we have Jakinda. Yeah, kinda.
I'm the kind of guy who, like, there'll be a whole dance floor of people, but then I'm standing there alone.
So you the coverage.
And I'm just looking at the DJ, and I'm just listening to the music and stuff. And then those people were coming up to me like, yo, are you okay? Yo, are you good? And I'm like, yeah, why are you even asking me that? Like, I'm having a great time, I don't talk a lot,
Damn. So you're watching everything, body language, who's not having fun. I think we don't need that DJ again.
Yeah, I mean, fortunately, we have some really good DJs that come through, so I never feel that last part. But I'm definitely paying attention to everything, because I want everything to be at a high level, you know what I mean? If there's a drink that's spilled, nigga, I'm gonna pick it up, like everything needs to be like proper, I'm not gonna wait for the cleaner or whatever to do it,
You sorting it out.
Yeah, like I remember when Ricky, RIP, like I saw there was like a video of him in his barbershop.
Yeah, the Legends.
In Legends, cleaning up the hair on the ground, and I was like, that's the energy you should have, man. Even if you like at the top floor, you're a millionaire. It doesn't matter, bro. You should still be able to like do the groundwork, like always be able to like do like every part of the process. So for me, that's the thing that I want to be doing. Like, I just want to always stay focused, So it's not even that I'm necessarily shy. It's just that like I'm just trying to make sure that I'm taking care of all the things that need to be taken care of. So when I'm having conversations, I want them to always be like conversations that are, important.
Everything's well thought out. Nothing's by mistake.
Yeah, but I love speaking to people. I'm not necessarily shy. I'm just like, I like listening and just paying attention. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was a long answer, man.
No, that's the podcast answer, man. That's what we need. I think dating back, I know you from 2018, late 2017, early 2018. I was still doing radio then in Varsity Campus Radio.
Oh, yeah.
And then I think you guys were my second musical guest interview. I was like, oh, shit, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Because my interviews used to be at 10 p.m. So if someone is still up at 10 p.m. when you call them, be like, oh, we won. You guys were there with the energy. I was like, nah, Steve Shandy's. So I was like, damn, that's crazy. How's that journey been, you and IM?
It's been fire, man. I mean, to go from where we started, like we were two homies in Res at UCT, we were on campus, small ass rooms. We were recording in like my Res room. I just had my laptop when I started making beats. I didn't even have a keyboard and all of that. So to see that we came from there to like, establishing what we're doing in Joburg and like signing to a label in London and like putting out the projects that we've been able to put out. And I feel like what I'm grateful for most is that we've been able to do whatever we want, you know. Like, that's the thing. Like, whenever we're working with, let's say if we're working with a label or a brand or whatever, I think the thing that they appreciate about us is that we have our own vision. And I'm just proud of us for always sticking to it and, like, putting our faith in ourselves, always betting on ourselves, Because it's hard, man. It's hard to really, like, find your journey as, like, a creative, sometimes. And I feel like a lot of people end up losing their way to a certain extent. Like, maybe they don't have enough like confidence or faith in themselves, and then they end up like giving up at certain points, or like they let other people influence their decisions, and then now you were doing something dope there, but then now you're doing this other thing because other people are like, nah, do this thing, make some Yanos, dog.
We're trying to make a hit. We need a hit, number one on radio.
Like make some piano. And I love piano, I love Gom, you know what I mean?
The Gom influence is crazy.
Yeah,
we can hear it.
Yeah, the Gom influence is there.
Why didn't you go to the piano level?
For me, it's like I'm more influenced and interested in Bacardi, which like
origins of piano.
Yeah, like it's like it's not the same thing because piano's obviously evolved a lot. But like the original, like the first few piano songs that I heard were very much influenced by the Bacardi sound. You know, people like DJ Spork or Mujaba were doing crazy things with Bacardi. So for me, I'm more interested and influenced by that than piano. I love piano, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's almost like when Dom started to blow, like, and like Babes Otumo became like, you know, yeah, you know, then it's like that kind of Dom, I wasn't necessarily feeling it as much as like the dark stuff. No, it's dope stuff, but it's like that's pop music to me.
Yeah, you like, you know, the underground.
I like the underground stuff, you know. So it's like the same thing with piano.
Like
where
DJ
it's like,
Lag.
Yeah, you know, Lag is the homie. You know, he remixed one of our songs. Yeah, I would say more.
Say more.
I would say, yeah, he remixed one of our songs, but like, yeah, we always want to work with him. I'll just say that. We always like, you know, try to link with the homie. He played at one of our parties, you know. I like the underground stuff, yeah, man, because for me, like, that's where people like create with no barriers. That's what I appreciate most, and people are like creating without limits, you know. I feel like within the commercial space, like sometimes it's the same thing I was saying now. You can lose your way, you can get influenced. Like people are like, nah, do it like this, you know, like, can't you hear on radio, this is what works? And it's like, once you start taking like all of those influences into your head, that's when you're gonna lose your way, bro. So I'm like, I prefer the underground stuff where like, it's someone maybe working in, like making music in the back room. That guy is not caring about like, you know, what are they gonna say in the club or whatever. They're just making the music, you know, because
it's instinctual.
Yeah, you know, because they love it and they want to see it take them somewhere. And then it always comes off way more authentic to me, like when someone is just creating from a place of love rather than creating for the radio. So now I'm gonna sound like a piano hater. But I'm not. No, but like, yeah, I mean, basically I like underground music a little bit more. Yeah.
On a music tip, right? I remember we had Ninth Wonder on the Sobering.
Yeah.
And then he actually dropped a mixtape where he was the front man.
Oh yeah?
Like it didn't go off publicly.
Yeah.
But he did it. Do you think you'd ever get to the position where you like front manning or like a solo project, not just a beat tape?
So a lot of people don't know that I actually do make a lot of solo music. I don't put it out. I don't release it, but I do make a lot of solo stuff. I think I mostly do it just because for the same thing. I just love making music and I love creating. So like for me, I don't even need to put it out. It's more for me to just enjoy the process. And I think that I use those songs that I make for myself as like a sort of foundation for what I may want to do in future with Stiff Up. Because I think it's important for me to know what I want and what I like and be able to bring that into the band, basically, you know, so that, you know, Ayema brings his own thing. Like,
Paragash.
You know,
you know, that's my favorite tag on there. Paragash.
That bro got so many names. He used to go by Stiff Papi, you know.
That's fine.
Stiff Papi was the one. It was the one. When we were still in Cape Town, he was using that one for the babies, you know. Stiff Papi for the babies. But,
I am my king.
You know, he's a problem. But yeah, excuse me. Oh.
Now, do your thing. Man,
So
I want
yeah,
water too. What's happening? Damn.
what is important, man? I was partying last night, drinking the whole time. I need this.
The whole time. Dehydration's a real life thing. It's a pandemic.
My G. I'm trying to remember what point I was on, like before I spoke about
talked about piano, talked about your personal career.
Oh yeah, so
making
this was the solo music. Yeah, so maybe one day I would put out a project like on my own. But like with Stiff Up, for example, I've been like doing vocals more.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
Backups.
Yeah, backups. Few lines here and there, you know. So like even with this new stuff that's coming out now,
New.
it's crazy, man. I can't even lie to you. I can't hold you. This shit is crazy. It's crazy.
You know I'm a Stiff Up groupie, right?
Nah, but this one.
You know I'm a Stiff Up groupie, so don't play
ways.
like that. Don't play like that.
They mustn't play like that. Like I'm telling everyone on this live, like the new Stiff Up, no ways. I'm telling everyone right now, don't play with us. We are not to be played with. We are really those guys. I was surprising myself, man. I was surprised. I was like, yo, I still got it like that. Ah, man. This next single we're dropping, like
It's too much. Getting visuals for it as well?
Yeah. We always want to have the visual element. That's very important
Because
for
you
us.
guys got crazy visuals. You guys are like what niggas wanted vaporwave to be, you guys became. Because you're still, to a certain extent, controlling your creative narrative. You're still able to power brands like Adidas. You're still able to host your own events. You're still able to do work on the side. You guys are like the epitome of what like South African creativity should be, where you're still doing everything, but still maintaining a certain look there. A certain look there. It's not like you tied up to one thing where you're like, nah, Jakinda, we only want you producing. We don't want to hear Jakinda anywhere. We're not going anywhere. That's not like, it's not Steve Park presents a Boom Nandini. Boom Nandini is its own entity.
Yeah. That's a very important thing for me, you know, like I like playing both roles of like being in front of the camera and behind the camera, you know, behind the scenes. Like for example with the events, you know, like yeah, sure, obviously I'm kind of in the front a lot of the time, but I really like playing the role of like the organizing. Like I really dig that, you know. It feels like I have a job because I don't have a job. And that's, you know...
that leads me to my question, right? Because, like, hosting events is actually expensive. No one is accounting that there's a whole marketing rollout. Never mind the logistics you guys have, right? Because you're a whole team. When you host events, how often does the homie favor have to come in? Because, like, DJ Lag is not at the event. You can't pay DJ Lag's rate card.
Fortunately for us, we've been... we've been lucky enough to work with brands and be smart enough to finesse them into helping us bring our vision to life. So, like for example, with Lag, that was in collaboration with Valentine's and Boiler Room. So, like, they have the coins. They had the coins. Like, you know, like we wanted to get, you know, like some other people as well, but like. That I don't know if you were there for that week, that 2-week span of the True Music Studios, but yeah, basically there were so many artists that were booked there that it was like when we wanted to book for our event, we're like, yo, this bro's already there, like, you know. So yeah, like fortunately for us, we've been able to work with brands like Valentine's, Boiler Room, Adidas, as you said, Red Bull. Hope I'm not leaving any of them out. I still want your money. You know,
if you have more money,
if you've got more money, bring it this way. I know what to do with it. You know, So, the homie favor thing. Yeah, we do get homie favors, but not really that much. Like for me, I always like paying people, man. Like it's really important. You know, even if you don't have a crazy budget, like show someone that you respect their time and you respect their labor, their work. You know. Is very important. So even if you don't have a crazy budget, you know, make sure there's food on set for them, you know, or something, you know, make sure that if there is any money that you have, be able to show people that you're willing to compensate them in some sort of way, you know, you're willing to like take care of, you know, their needs, be it money or whatever. So yeah, the homie favor comes in, but like for me, I really pride myself on being able to compensate people fairly for their work, you know. So that's why we always gotta, you know, be heavy on these brands and be like, we need that budget, bro. We need that. We need those coins. We need that crazy budget. You know, I can tell you personally, like I do a lot of favors for people, and I like DJ at certain events or whatever, and like I'll see like man, you know, like it's not easy for other events to like compensate people and like actually take care of them. So I'm like, nah, man, this thing. It's not the one, bro. Like when people are throwing parties, but then like now people are playing for free or like not being paid or whatever. Because yo, man, people are working hard. Like
you guys got a door charge. And
you know what I mean. Like I don't mind playing for people for free or whatever. Because it's whatever, you know. If you're my friend or whatever, like I can do that if I want to, I guess. But like, yeah, once it's happening to other people. It's like, nah, man, don't do that to those people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, give them something, bro. Like, there's dope DJs in this game, bro. Dope-ass DJs. Like, dope DJs. And it's like, wow, man, these people deserve so much more. You know? You need to put more value on these people. We're always talking about, like, let's support young black creatives, you know? But then now...
it has to be financial.
Yeah, and it's always a finesse. I feel like it's a big Joburg thing to finesse people, bro.
How's Joburg been for you? The adjustment?
It's been dope. But there's a lot of finessing, as I said. There's a lot of finessing, And the thing is, that's why I'm that, as I was saying in the beginning, I'm that kind of bro who just watches, I'm watching, and I learn, I listen, and I'm just seeing. So if someone's trying to finesse me, I can tell, bro, like I can see like the finesse, and like, you'll never know that I know, because I don't talk
you're not
too much.
confrontational.
Yeah, I am confronted. That's the thing that people never expect from me. You don't expect me to pull up on you, and then I'm there by your door. You never see it coming, and I'm there. You know what I mean? But like, I think with Joburg, the thing that I've noticed is like, there's a lot of finessing happening in this city, dog. Like, everyone's hustling. It's a hustler city. So it's like everyone is trying to finesse away, and good or bad. There's good and bad finesses. So I just think that like, it taught me to be a better hustler, I guess, to a certain extent. It made me like realize that like, if you really want to do something, you can in the city. You can really make something of yourself, but you also gotta like improve on like how you hustle, man. Keep that work ethic, like show up on time, bro. You know what I mean? Be consistent, all of those things. Every day. I remember like when I first came to Joburg, it just inspired me to see people like working like in the streets like every day. Like every day, just consistent people just be out here. I'd be walking through BRAAM. I'm always seeing the same people, and they're working. They're shooting content, they're doing whatever. But those people now, like a lot of them, big people, bro. They don't even answer my calls no more. They don't answer my texts no more. But like, yeah, man, that's how it is. If you just put that work in, something's gonna happen in the city, So it really taught me that like there's good and bad finesses, and you just gotta make sure you're not the one being finessed, Yeah.
And then, how do you balance the finances of Joburg? Because as much as everyone is hustling, living in Joburg is an expense, because you're unemployed, self-employed. You sign, you make music, you do events, you do that. How do you then manage your finances in that whole scope? Because a lot of us, we get a lot of money, and then it's like, hey, dog. I'll pay rent for the next 3 months, but I need to get that nunu, I need to go there. Ebumnandini is happening next weekend. I need to get that ticket. I need to sort that out. How do you balance?
It's not an easy balance, It's something I had to learn and teach myself. Me and Ayema do it together. Fortunately, that Bruce studied accounting.
Ayema studied accounting.
You would never think that.
Plot twist.
Yeah. Like, I'm always, because I didn't even do maths, man. Like, I did maths until like matric, and then I was like, I don't need this, bro. Like, I was like, I'm not gonna.
Accepted me, it's fine.
Yeah, because I always knew I was gonna be an artist, like from when I was like maybe 5 years old, I was always like, like I'm gonna be an artist, So I was like, I don't necessarily need to do like maths and science and stuff like that. I just want to focus on art and like building up knowledge about like, the world, basically. So, yeah, like, when it comes to balancing finances, like, I've really had to learn a lot in that aspect. But fortunately, I think we've gotten it right in the last few years. Like, we really had to get it right when we came to Joburg, because now we weren't, like, students anymore and all of that. When you're a student, you finish all your money, and then you broke for the rest of, the month,
But you back up soon.
You learn to make 50 Rand last a very long time, But it's like, now when you've got responsibilities, you got rent to pay for, you've got, like, bills that need to be paid. You gotta.
Like, you're not eating fast food anymore. You're doing sit down. You're doing starters now with your own money.
Yeah, man. Whenever I think of it, I'm like, I can't believe this actually happening. I can't believe this actually happening. Like, even like when we throw parties and stuff, it's like, oh, people actually showed up. Like, it's crazy,
Because you guys technically have the new wave of what the cool kids are. That's where they go to. That's the event that they go to. Because every other event is either catering to RSVP gang, or you literally like trying to be grown and sexy, the rich aunt aesthetic, and you guys are like, nah, we with the cool kids, we with the shits.
The crazy thing is, I'm not even a cool kid. That's the thing. Like, as you started the conversation by saying like you're shy, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, a lot of people think that, you know what I mean? So it's like for you to be like, you throw this party for like the cool kids and stuff. It's like, it's so interesting for me, because it's like, oh wow, because I never really grew up being like a part of that, like the cool kids or whatever. I was just always interested in culture, and art and stuff, and like how I can, bring those into like interesting spaces, like bring art and culture into interesting spaces. So it's like now for you to say that, it's like, yeah, a lot of people say that. And I mean, the parties are ready for everyone. They're not ready for just for like cool kids, but it's like, I guess if you're cool, you know, you're into art, you're into culture, you're into good music, you know. So yeah, I would say that, yeah, yes and no. Yeah, yes and no.
Okay. Yeah. Speaking of the cool, speaking of culture, I think the only landmark in South Africa that we can all unanimously agree on is that BRAAM. BRAAM is the place where you'd be like, yo, the archetype of the cool kid. This way you'll meet people who do this, hustle in this sphere. He was a photographer. Next week he's an art director. The week after he's in the biggest agency. Then 5 years later he's won a can. Do you still think we need the landmark that is Corner Juta De Beer?
So do I think that people need to start in BRAAM basically?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I actually don't think that. BRAAM is not what it was 5 years ago.
Okay.
You know, BRAAM is still dope, but it's not. Do you remember the Boys and Bucks era? That's when I was in Cape Town. I was looking at that. I was like, I need to go to Joburg. Like, I need to be in BRAAM. Like, I need to be here. But now, I don't know if people feel that way. Like, I go to Cape Town still now and then. I don't know if people have that feeling. And I'm literally just saying, I don't know. Maybe they do, but I don't know. But like, I think that it's a different era right now where like a lot of the culture has kind of moved from BRAAM to a certain extent. Like, just the other day I was walking down the road to go to Archive because a lot of the brews chill outside Archive just in J. I went there, Archive is closed.
Archive is closed.
Before Archive, there was Anatomy. Anatomy's gone. You know what I mean? And those were places that like a lot of people would congregate and, you know, just have conversations, you know, hang out. And, you know, you might end up meeting like maybe you meet a photographer you want to shoot with. You know, it would be that kind of vibe where it's just like you're meeting people that on a similar like wavelength as you, you know. But that's kind of gone. Now there's all these new clubs. I don't know. There's this other one I'm looking at right now, Drama. I've never been there. I don't know what the vibe is there, but it's like, it's not the same vibe that I remember BRAAM to be like a few years ago, you know. Even the usual places, let me not even mention names.
We'll bleep them out, don't worry.
Redacted clubs or redacted bars are not what they once were.
But technically we can hold you accountable because you hosted some redacted clubs.
Yeah, I'm trying to start working with these places because I believe in me, bro. Like, that's the thing. I believe in me. I don't believe in no one. Like, other people got their own ideas, but I'm always gonna think I have the best ideas. So I'm gonna come to you and be like, yo, man, this could be so much better. I could do this. You know, we can create this. You know, because you guys have this venue, you have this space. But like, we have this platform and this audience and like, just this knowledge that we've built up over the years of just like music, events, art, culture, fashion, that we can bring, you know, like wherever we throw a party, we just tell people to come to this venue, you know what I mean? So for us, it really doesn't matter where we do it. So I just always speak to them like that, man, where it's like, we know our value, we know our worth, you know, so let's talk and let's actually do this, you know, dope. Don't fall off, bro. There's no need to fall off. You know, I feel like people fall off because they get like arrogant and they don't want to adapt, you know. Let someone chat to you and be like, yo, man, like this is dope, but, you know, it could be better, you know. So for me, that's, as you're saying, like, we're trying to bring that into them again. We're trying to bring that old feeling back. I don't know if people still have that feeling about BRAAM. I don't know. Yeah. So to go back to your question, I don't think people need to start off in BRAAM. People are all over. Man, I'm speaking to people from Durban, like they coming to our party, like they just in Joburg for like a couple of days or whatever. They're coming up and they're doing dope things in Durban, like Cape Town, you know. People are like, I guess it's still the three big cities mostly that I personally hear about. But like, you know, I'm seeing brands doing dope things like outside of Joburg and they're prospering. And if I'm being honest, man, if you're trying to start a streetwear brand, like if you're trying to you know, make like some dope graphic tees or whatever. That's your thing. You're trying to make a streetwear brand. Selling it in BRAAM is hard, man. It's hard because like people in BRAAM, they want to come hang out, you know, but they don't necessarily want to come spend money. Now, if you're trying to sell them a 600 Rand tee, they're like, hey, you know, they'll hang out there like Archive. They'll hang out there. They'll be around it. But are they going to carp it? You know, why do you think Archive closed?
Damn. Well,
is it too deep?
That was too deep. That was too deep for the intro, you know?
That was too deep.
That was too deep for the intro. My follow-up question is,
yeah,
how do you get the card collab? Or the card tee, just because you guys had a card collab?
And you wearing card right now? Actually, I'm wearing it right now.
Because my Randellas were down when that dropped. Because it didn't drop in rands. It didn't drop in rands.
Yes, it dropped in pounds. Yes, pay us in pounds. Yeah, so we signed to a label in London. So our label already had like a good relationship with Carhartt. The label had already done a collab with Carhartt before. And then when we were doing our last project, we were like, yo, we've been wanting to do merch for like a while. And we're like, yo, want to do some sort of merch that goes with this project because it's our first project with this label. And we like wanted to be a really special release, all of that. So we were speaking to the label and they were like, yo, what if we did it with Carhartt? And obviously you're not going to say no to that, bro. You know what I mean?
And this was peak Carhartt. This was peak Carhartt.
Bro.
Where everyone was like, yeah, I had it and I saw it, but now it's like, oh shit, everyone's really into Carhartt right now.
Yeah, man. It was like, for me, it was so crazy, bro. Like, I was like, yo, I can't believe this is happening. Man, I'll keep it 100 with you. I don't know a South African that's ever had a collab with Carhartt. Like, me personally, I don't know that. So it's
I know one.
Yeah, who?
Jakinda.
Well,
Stiff pop.
before us, you know. So, like, for me, I was like, yo, man, like, this is kind of historic, you know. Those tees, like, in 10 years' time, when you're looking back, who knows what Stiff Pop's gonna be 10 years, 15 years, 50 years, you know? And it's like, that tee is like, it's a moment in time, you know, very, very important moment for us. And like, I don't know, for culture in general, you know, just to be able to say, because like for us, it's like, we just want to be a part of the story when we're talking about South African creatives, South African artists, what have they done? We just want to be a part of that story. So it's like, now we can, you know, add that to the story, you know? So for me, it was like, wow, like, that's crazy. So yeah, when the label said, you want to do it with them, we're like, of course, you know. And we got a lot of creative control as we tend to get. We got like crazy creative control with that. So like we got our own people to make the logos, the designs, that like the illustrations, and we did we directed the video, like the marketing video. Yeah, like shout out Caramel Palace, you know, those are the homies in Cape Town. We always work with them quite a lot. And yeah, basically we worked with them on just like the creative direction on how we wanted the tees to come out and how we wanted the video to be basically. And then we just sent all of that to Carhartt and we're like, yo, so this is what we're thinking, this is what we want to do. What do you guys think? They were like, yeah, sure. Yeah,
that easy.
It was pretty. I won't lie. It was way easier.
Carhartt collab.
Yeah, it was
way bad.
It was way easier than I thought it would ever be, man. Like, I don't know. I love it when I work with a brand that's like they just green light.
Do you ever feel slighted that local brands never put that on the table? Because you guys have proof of concept in terms of you've worked with big brands like Addy on national campaigns, TVCs.
Yeah,
you've done billboards, you've done this, you've done that. Do you ever feel slighted that it had to be Carhartt that says, yo, let's do a collab?
Kind of, but I'm used to it to a certain extent because even our music is more listened to internationally than it is locally. It's starting to change. Like a lot more people are starting to like come across our music now locally. Like I've been noticing a lot more people come up to me and be like, yo, like,
are you Jakinda?
Yeah.
Kinda.
It's been happening for a while, but now it's like, it feels like more now. I don't know if it's the parties or whatever, but it almost feels like that's the shift is happening. So that's dope. But I feel like we're so used to the whole international thing that it's like, I don't think about it too much because at the end of the day, man, like, I just want the opportunity to do what I want to do. You know, that's my main thing. That's always been my main thing. Like, how can I make sure that I don't have to go ask for a job? You know, like, how can I keep the power in my hands? So, like, whenever that opportunity comes for me to be able to do that, whether it's locally or internationally, it doesn't really matter to me, you know. Obviously, it's got to make sense to me. But, like, I feel like because if you're doing something dope, people will catch on to it, you know. So it's like people locally, you know, the people who really appreciate, like, I guess, art and like interesting innovation, I guess, they'll always find it, you know, at some point. So I don't really stress too much about it. And then when we're talking from a brand side, like, man, they always late. That's the thing. They always late to the party. Like, the brand's always late to the party, man. So, like, I try not to stress about it too much. I always tell them, you know, it's not like I'm not speaking to them. I always tell them.
Talking about brands.
Yeah.
Do you guys then, because now you're officially then, you've been running since what, 2019?
You talking about the party?
Yeah. The party
since 2018.
Since 2018. Yeah, it was at the end of the year, 2018, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So since 2018, you guys have moved venues, moved scale, partnered with big brands. Do you guys then formalize that in terms of the data capturing? Because a lot of people start events and then they do them and then the events eventually fizzle out. Do you then do like, yo, okay, we have this demographic, we have this amount of tickets sold. Is that what you pitch to brand? I'm just asking for the next kid who's like, yo, trying to take my event a bit more seriously. I'm trying to get the Valentine's side back.
Yeah, I was actually telling someone yesterday that, like, I'm obsessed with analytics, man. I'm so obsessed. I'm the bro who stays at home and just works, man. I don't really like go out too much. So yeah, when it comes to you talking about data capturing, yeah, we've been doing that a lot more. I think that working with Valentine's and Boiler Room really made us see the value of that, because with Boiler Room, like, the events are free, you know, like, entrance is free there. But what they're doing is they data capturing, you know, like, they're getting details, and then they're obviously able to understand, like, who are their people, and like what do they like, what do they appreciate, and then that obviously guides you to be able to give people a better experience, better events, better parties, or whatever. So I think that that's a very important thing, data capturing. So yeah, I would say it's something that we really improved on this year. Like, before, man, we didn't really know. We didn't really know what we were doing. As you're saying, a lot of parties fizzle out and stuff. Fortunately, we've been around, like, I don't know how many years. I told you I didn't do maths.
You've been doing it long enough for everyone to know that it exists.
Yeah.
And then to sum up our conversation, and this great conversation we've been having, appreciate that, man. Taking your time after a big night like yesterday. What's your word to the youth? The next kid who's sitting at res, that small crimped up res. Yeah. What's your word to him? Please look into the camera for this one.
My word to the youth. It's crazy even answering that question, because I'm part of the youth, man. Like, it feels weird being like the guy. Because it's like, but also the guy to be like, oh wait, do it like this, you know? Because like, I'm the kind of guy to be like, what do you know, you know? So I don't know. I would say just believe in yourself, man. That's my main thing. Like, believe in yourself. Like, at the end of the day, if you've got the ideas, you're so much more powerful and more valuable than like any of these brands can be. Without the ideas, without the vision, they're nothing, man. That's what I've realized, you know. When I get into a conversation or negotiate, I always know that, like, yo, at the end of the day, I'm the one with the idea. I know where this can go, you know. And it's either you can believe in the idea or you can't. But I believe in the idea. I believe in me, you know. I learned that from Ye, man. Like, when I was a kid, I used to listen to Kanye a lot. And the thing that I really loved about him was that, like, yo, this guy, you can't tell him anything about himself.
You can't tell me nothing.
Yeah, you know. So for me, I think that that's the most important thing in life, man. Like, believe in yourself. Like, believe in yourself. You know it. Like, you've got it, man. So if you are in that situation where it's like you're in that res, you want to do something, man, go do it, bro. I dropped out of law school, my G. Like, you know how crazy I look to people. I was in law school, my G, and I said, nah, actually, I want to go do this creative thing. That's crazy, man. As a black kid, you know, in your household, you're telling your family that, bro. They don't want to hear that shit, you know? So it's like, you just got to believe in yourself, man. For me to drop math, that was believing in myself. I was like, I don't need this. You know what I mean? Most jobs, you're going to need it. But I was like, I'm not going to get a job. You know, I'm going to work for me. I am the job. You know, I work for me. no matter what, you're gonna find a way. So like the most important thing, the key, man, just believe in yourself. You can do it, man.
Damn. Shout out Jakinda. Appreciate this.